We came across Odoo because I was looking for something beyond an ERP system. Here's how you can grow, and the technology will grow with you.
I wanted to ask a pretty simple question. Can you tell me about your company?
Yeah, I'd love to. So the name of the company is DiTRA, and that stands for Digital Transformation. So what we do at DiTRA is exactly that. We go to our clients,
Hmm.
we have a look and see what are their strengths and weaknesses. And then we
Oh,
see,
assessment.
okay, well, maybe if you look into this latest technology, then you can become much more efficient. Maybe you can even aspire and to go into new business areas, expand
Hmm.
your footprint by implementing e-commerce or similar, right? So the task is to look at the company from a holistic point of view and say, okay, look at everything that you do, and then we're not trying to
Not just trying to sell them things.
sell them things,
Yeah.
but and also to look at it as a full organism,
Hmm.
and not okay, we heal your back pain and we heal your headache. No, we look into the whole thing and make everything better. That's kind of the
I
idea.
like that a lot, especially since you described it as the holistic approach.
Hmm.
So with those types of, altruistic approaches, I have to assume you guys did a lot to get to where you are today. So I understand that you started somewhere, but how did you get to where you are today?
So as a company, and that is very similar to my personal development, right? So we have in the company people like me that are in the industry for unfortunately decades, right? So as you can tell, and we from the beginning of our journey, we always were passionate about kind of bringing things together that are traditionally separated in terms
Mm.
of processes, in terms of departments, and
Hmm.
so on. And so we learned a lot by implementing different type of softwares in different type of organizations, and even in different cultures, right? So as you notice, I'm from Germany, and the first 20 years of my professional life, I was implementing ERP software in China, in Korea, in
Hmm.
Poland, in all over Europe, and here in the US, South America, and so on. And you learn a lot, not about the country as such, but about the culture in those different
Ah,
organizations. And that helps you to understand what are the obstacles that these people or the
I
organizations
see.
face, and then you can come up with solutions. So we are very much solution driven, and I think I was in the fortunate position to combine these people with different experiences, different background, into a very homogeneous team, and that's how we got where we are.
And I think that is what makes your company so unique now that you're speaking about this is a lot of companies kind of target, how can we sell the most? How can we spread out the most? And the idea that you had behind of, taking things that are separate typically and then bringing it together, it's kind of the Odoo motto as well. We have all of these apps and everything likes to talk to each other because we think of it as like, just one giant body.
Yeah.
It's Fabian's AI body just talking to us out there. So what I was going to ask you then is, at what point did you guys say, okay, Odoo is something that we want to work with, and how did you go about just deciding, let's dive into Odoo itself?
So interesting question. So we tried in the beginning of our company to be agnostic, right,
Hmm.
and also to carry that outward. Um, but at one point in time, you better decide on what are your favorites, right? You will have to create some kind of short list so that when you're with your customer and you say, okay, we can improve here and there, that you will also have a tool right there to do that, right?
Hmm.
So and we came across Odoo because I was looking for something beyond an ERP system, right?
Mm.
Because we had a lot of our small and medium-sized customers. They are in their starting phase, and okay, first I need to solve my accounting problem.
Right,
I
right,
don't
right.
like to do accounting, so I need something that helps me to do it, right? Or maybe even my accountant can do that for me. So that is kind of the necessary evil for a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
And then when they reach a certain level, then there is this need to incorporate other things and go away from Excel for your inventory and
Right,
so on.
right, right.
So, and Odoo is, as it's set up with these different apps, it serves for me more like I would call it a digital operation platform, right? So you can
Mm-hmm.
plug and play things that you need, you can grow, and you. So Odoo is for us the perfect tool for digital transformation, and that's how we got acquainted.
See, that's good to hear because as somebody who records the tutorials and does a lot of that where I see all of the other aspects of things, I never expected things to just update in real time or the connections between some of the apps. Say you do a sales order, you can see the accounting information on the back end updated in real time. You can see where it's going. You can see the labels. You
Right?
can see information about the customer and all those
Yeah.
things. So for me, those are things that typically you would need other software. You know, sometimes when somebody has like an Excel sheet or something else in the beginning, they have to make that big jump and it's scary. So what I was going to ask about to you was, do you have any industry expertise or some sort of like implementation that you liked where you saw some of these things where you saw the jumps?
Yes. First of all, I should have mentioned that much earlier. I really appreciate your tutorial videos, right? So
Thank
it
you so much.
makes it less try to go through all that stuff. So
I try my best because I know that a lot of people have to watch hundreds of these.
yes, so
So
no, it's really really good. Thank you.
yeah.
So we yeah, let me just give you an example, a current ongoing example.
Hmm.
So we are working with a startup company,
Hmm.
and so often the idea that they had started with a product, right? So they said, "Oh, we need to develop a, a high-end earphone, right, with
Mm.
high-end speakers in this small space and excellent audio." So they started by working on the engineering and then realized, oh, well, we also need to run a company here. So
Yeah.
how do we do that, right? So engineering driven, the whole team there. And so they ask us if we can help. And this is a perfect example of this, where you have a crossover of consulting work and technology implementation.
Right.
And we took Odoo, and well, it's still ongoing there. Go live hasn't been yet, but we take Odoo as kind of also as the guideline for the organizational stuff, for the processes,
Hmm.
so that these poor engineers don't have to think about, okay, how do I write an invoice, right? How do I get there, and how do I
Yeah.
get this there further on? So I think that's a perfect example, because this company is growing now. They have now some premises, they buy equipment for manufacturing and so on. And we can grow step by step with them. And you are asking about our expertise. And yeah, I would say this is our expertise to be able to look onto the entire thing and create a roadmap on here's how you can grow, and the technology will grow with you.
I like that a lot because to me that is a very powerful aspect of your company to be able to just look and see, okay, here's what you have. You have, you know, it's like a puzzle. You have all of these pieces, and we know you're going to be needing a lot of these pieces
Yeah.
too, and everything comes together. And that's something that's like really beautiful that I like.
Thank
And
you.
that's why I like talking to a lot of these companies. Is it's just it's really nice to see the other side of it because me, I'm an educator. I teach people how to use it, but to see somebody then take that and go further, I mean, it's like the gospel of education, you know? The teacher then becomes a student and all of that, and then it keeps going into a
Yeah,
cycle. And
yeah.
you learn a lot of new stuff every day. And that's why I really like talking to companies. So, what I was going to ask then, as a software implementer, what other company did you try before besides us?
Oh, we been an implementer of Info ERP, in the vertical of what is called cloud suite distribution.
Mm,
So it's
hmm. I'm familiar.
mainly for distribution and small manufacturing. We've been a partner with NetSuite before, so we are also versed in the migration from
Hmm.
solution one to solution two. And we have some QuickBooks experience, but not so much as implementer, but more as transition from QuickBooks to something
Right,
different like
intermediary.
Odoo. And then we also have a branch that is working on what is a digital twin hosting service. So that is a service that we provide for owner and operator of large facilities, manufacturing facilities, refineries, oil platforms, and that kind of stuff. And what we do there is in the digital twin, we bring the information together of everything that you have in your facility. So let's say you have a pump running there. Then we bring in one place, one stop shop together the information about when is the next maintenance, how long can I wait to do the maintenance, what is my preventive maintenance there.
Hmm.
Oh, I need spare parts. Oh,
Hmm.
I click on the link and then I can go in Odoo, for example, directly and order the spare part, right? So bringing everything together in one place, that is the part of this digital twin. Um, yeah, those are the main other technologies that we're working with.
Yeah, the reason why I asked that too was funny enough because since you'd mentioned you started out, initially as like software agnostic, the question was when you actually branched into Odoo, was there like a big learning curve? Because for me, as somebody, I started here in 2022, so it was pretty terrifying because right out of finishing off college and everything, you jump into a company, they're like, "Hey, you got to learn the software. We're gonna
Yeah,
be
well,
teaching the software." So when
yeah.
you first saw it, was there something that you remember as being a learning curve,
Um,
or were you a
yes.
master?
Oh, yeah. No, no. I don't know what my rank is there in the. So anyhow, the first of all, this is compared to other softwares that we worked before with as partners. The partner training or enablement
Mm.
and for Odoo is excellent. And I'm not just saying that because we talk about this. It is,
as partner.
yeah. I get the check later. No, it's excellent because no matter from what background you're coming, you have a chance to self-educate and then add more to whatever your expertise is on your own pace, right? And then we also signed up for I forgot the abbreviation there, but for the becoming a project implementer, right? The project
Mm.
manager for Odoo implementations. And there we had a one-on-one training, and that was also excellent. So in combination of that, the learning curve was very steep in the beginning, and I'm not underestimating this. It was
Hmm.
really a lot of work for everybody involved, but it was easy compared to other approaches, right? For us, maybe there was also we didn't come fresh from college. We did
I
this,
know. Yeah, you've
we
been
did this
familiar with
before,
these
right?
types of
So,
things, yeah.
but the main thing I think that we had to learn, or some of our guys, was to keep it small and simple, right?
Mm.
So we come from this more complex solutions where you have to be complex from the get-go. In Odoo, it's it's an easier start
Hmm.
as long as you keep it on a certain level. Okay, let's first get something in place, and then we can start and have a continuous improvement. And that is perfect with Odoo because you can have this
Right,
relatively
right,
easy
right.
start.
No, I think so too. So with that, what I was going to ask too was, would you say that our partner program itself has been supporting a lot of this growth that you guys had on a lot of these hard projects?
Yes, yeah, no, definitely. As always, you might think, oh well, if I could get the one or other lead more, that would be nicer, right? But no, definitely. I mean, it took not even 3.5 weeks until we had our first customer signed up, right? And that
Yeah, and that's
was,
why we pride ourselves
yeah,
to make sure
right.
that partners have people.
So we right away had our first customer, and I hope they are not listening. But we also did some learning by doing with them, right? So we learned a lot and were very well supported by our partner managers and by the technical support from Odoo. Yeah.
No, it's good. There always has to be a first customer, you know, even
Yeah.
if you're working in a bakery, somebody's going to get your first baguette you've ever made.
And he better survive.
And they better like it. Do you have a favorite app or any of the favorite features inside of Odoo? For me, it's the time off application.
Yeah, okay. So yeah, the time of application. No, since I'm running the company, that's not my favorite app. No, my my favorite app. That's a good question. So what I like is, as you can tell, the integration aspects.
Mhm.
So actually, my favorite app is the developer, right? Because what we can do there is that we see, as I said earlier, a customer has a certain issue, and we can really quick develop something that is bridging a gap between some of these other applications. So from
Right.
that point of view, that's my favorite app. The one that I support the most is manufacturing. And also because we use manufacturing as add-on to other systems that don't have a manufacturing app.
And manufacturing is always evolving. Shop floor was one of those recent things that once it was added,
Yeah,
there was a game changer.
yeah,
I even had to bust out an iPad when I started teaching things because I told myself, now those guys out there in the warehouse, they're going to have an iPad or something. They
yeah.
need to see it in real time.
The manufacturing schedule that's a really nice new feature. I really enjoy that too. Yes.
So I think my last question for you today was, do you have any closing remarks? Is there anything you'd like to tell our CEO, your audience, people who might want to work with you?
Oh yeah, yeah. Thank you for that opportunity. So um, as we talked about during this interview, DiTRA will help you with not only implementing a tool that you already selected, but
Mhm.
find out for you what is the best overall solution, then collecting those tools and bring them all together in terms of a digital operation platform. And Odoo, again, is the right choice there to have this platform that you and your company can grow on.
So come grow with us and understand that if they trust us, you should too. Have a wonderful day, everyone.